Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT review. A lot of things going on the show tonight. A week after the Great American Bash, we kick off the show with the new NXT and North American double champion, Keithley himself. Like I said, the new double champion making his entrance, coming to the ring as the wrestlers behind the developmental wrestlers pretty much started banging on the plexiglass, of course, saying bask in his glory. But Keithley wanted Alicia Taylor there to introduce him one more time, being the NXT champion and North American champion. And he talked about how these last few months have been very trying. A lot of suffering, a lot of pain, sadness, losses, and that everyone understands that. But there's something incredible in this ring today, as he said. And he talked about how he felt right now, and that just through the crowd and everything, he says that he feels the reality through these championships, and that he is standing here as the North American, but also the NXT champion, laying both the belts down, and this is not in disbelief. And that, it's time to get back to reality. He's enjoyed the moment of winning these championships, but now, there's a lot of people in the locker room that want a piece of him. Friends, enemies, and they want the same opportunity that he earned before becoming champion. And he didn't want all this on his own. He didn't do all on his own. That the opportunity that chances have brought me here. He talked about his coach, Tim Brooks, the man that trained him. He passed away about a couple weeks ago, and that Keithley said that he was like a father figure to him, and that's what helped him get him here. Like I said, the guy trained Keithley, and Keithley talked about how the NXT universe brought him here when he first got here, accepting him with open arms and singing along to "Old Bask in His Glory." And as he thanked the fans and everything, he wanted one more person to thank, someone else that has helped him get here. That his number one frenemy, Donovan Dijak right there, Dominic Dijak or Dijakovic, whatever you say. But Donovan Dijak I always used to say though. But yes, Dijak came out. We haven't seen Dijak a very long time on NXT anyways. A lot of people actually thought he was called up to the main roster, but he was here. And Dijak talked about how no one was more proud of leading him. And he said this isn't just about Lee, but it's also about Dijakovic, as Keithley said. And he talked about how, listen, we always had a competition between both of us, and this is what brought us to these opportunities. And that no one has tested his limits like Dijak right there. And the best way to celebrate this is to have a competition. And he talked to Regal, and that he's going to be the first challenger to fight for both of those titles. So I guess we're going to be defending both titles now. We're not just going to be defending one. We're going to be defending both the NXT and the North American Championships at the same time, which I feel like that's a lot with double champions right now. Come on, I just seen one guy lose a double title this week in New Japan. But yes, we are going to defend both the belts right now, and he's going to want the match tonight. Dijak basically said yes, so he agreed to do this, and we will have the match later on tonight. But not a bad promo, very good promo from Keithley and everything, so that was pretty good. Right after that, though, we got Damian Priest going against Cameron Grimes. That feud's been going on for a minute, and wow, Grimes, of course, tries to get the cheap shot on Priest right there, but Priest dodges and everything, pretty much taking him out. Listen, this is a very good match in general. Like I said, they are really protecting Grimes out there a lot. Trust me, they are. Some even question why he keeps beating up Priest almost every week, but Priest ended up getting the win, of course, with a couple punches. Grimes got caught in the ropes. Priest does a little cyclone kick right there, and he hits him with the Reckoning for the win. So yes, Priest there finally gets the win over Grimes. They then went to another edition of Thatch Can Wrestling. Talked about what he did to Oni Lorcan at the Great American Bash. That he was teaching everybody the Fujiwara armbar. That it's not about the submission if you tap, but it'll make your opponent cry and moan in pain, basically. Next, we got Shotzi Blackheart coming out with her tank to go against Indy Hartwell, which the match wasn't bad, but of course, Robert Stone, a guy I feel like that gets a lot of TV time here, folks, came out and, tried to distract Blackheart. She was going to go for a big splash. Senton but Aaliyah came out and knocked Shotzi Blackheart off the ropes and everything, which Hartwell ended up getting the win. So, surprising win, I should say. Like I said, Hartwell's still new, but Blackheart there. Blackheart there, though, like I said, she took the L, so I guess she's still going to be in this whole feud with Robbie E and whatnot. I guess Rhea Ripley won't be part of it, but now we got more of Robert Stone. I'm sure he's going to get beat up by another girl again, so get ready for more of that. Like I said, this guy gets a lot of TV time. For the person that pretty much, Chelsea Green and him, broke up as a team, he gets more TV time than her. I say that all the time. Next, though, we then went to, I guess, some cinematic stuff with Santos Escobar and his crew with DJ Z and Raul Mendoza there, Legado del Fantasma, as they sat down having a drink and everything about this is our, like, a cheers to our first win together at the Great American Bash and the end of Spud, and talked about the only reason why he has a job right now because, he cried on YouTube and everything, and they called him a chihuahua. Mendoza pretty much talked about we can't let Breezango off the hook though for disrespecting Lucha Libre last week with their little entrance and whatnot. But Escobar said that Lucha Libre is not a party, it's an art, and that Mendoza right there is a technical assassin, and DJ Z is like when you see him he's going to end them. And he talked about how taking the Cruiserweight title, it's just the first part of this plan right now. And Escobar pretty much that Legado del Fantasma is building an empire. We're building a legacy here. And that when you take things down, you have to build them back up. So he talked about that we are familia and whatnot. So very good promo. I will say that. More of a cinematic thing going on. Almost something similar to Lucha Underground. All the guys just sitting around in suits having themselves a drink. Talk about their plan on what they're going to do next since they dealt with the whole Spud situation. How they're still going to take down Breezango. I like this segment. But next, though, we did get Keithley versus Dijak once again for the NXT and North American Championship. I did like this match. It was a little bit more different from their usual ones. Listen, we both see these guys usually fly around the ring like freaking crazy half the time, but a little bit more ground game, a little bit more striking this time. Not a lot of, giant corkscrews or whatnot flying all over the place. I did like when Keithley was going to go run into the Dijak when he was on the outside of the ring and almost crashed into him, but he wasn't going to make the same mistake he did last week with Adam Cole and stopped himself before getting back in the ring with Dijak. But like I said, throughout this match, Dijak was getting the upper hand over Keithley and hit him with some headbutts and even him with a blockbuster, but before he could go for his kick and whatnot, Lee ended up hitting him with the Grizzly Magnum. He lifted up and threw him on the ground, and then he hit the Big Bang Catastrophe for the win. Him and Dijak pretty much hugged and shook hands right after that as Keithley retained both of his titles. But as, they were doing that, the lights went out. Scarlett Bordeaux shows up, and she walks down the ramp with everybody banging on the glass. And she had a bag, and what does she pour out the bag? The empty pieces of the hourglass that Keithley broke about a few weeks ago. So, yes, the Kross and Keithley feud is coming, and this is probably maybe the second step to this right now. Do I think it's a bit soon that they're wanting to do this feud right now? In a way, yes, they probably could have waited for it, but like I said before, they got Kross with they got a rocket ship to Kross's back right now, and they want this match to happen as soon as possible between him and Keithley. So get ready for that. Since, like I said, Scar Bordeaux brought in the hourglass, it's coming, folks. It's coming. They didn't interview Dijak about his match with Lee, and he says he's on another level as a champion, but he said that Kross may be good, but he's not on Keith Lee's level. Kross showed up then. Kross said something, I don't know what language he was speaking, which, and whatnot, but, Dijak says, is that all you got to say? Next thing you know, they brawled through the next door then, which Kross ended up lifting Dijak behind onto some crates and whatnot, and leaving him on the ground, pretty much taking off his suit jacket and unbuttoning, I guess, unloosening his tie and everything before you could say tick-tock and walked off, which now we got a match between Dijak and Kross next week, so get ready for that. Timothy Thatcher went against Denzel DeJarante. Like I said, basically a squash match right here. Thatcher getting the win with the half crab. Oni Lorcan came out for the save, getting rid of him. So I guess we're still going to have a match between those two again. So get ready for that. Robbie E there. Stone was trying to apologize to Killian Dane about the coffee thing last week. Dane grabbed him and didn't really want his apology, but Aaliyah pretty much came in with one of Dex Loomis's drawings of the Great American Bash last week. Killian Dane looked at it, and I guess he didn't like how he was on it. He says, you want to make it up? Give me a match against Dexter Loomis next week. So, every week I see Killian Dane, I forget he's here. I'm like, oh, yeah, Killian Dane still works here. It's like I forget this guy half the time, okay? So, we got a match between them. But in the main event, though, we did get Io Shirai versus Tegan Knox for the NXT Women's Championship. They had a lot of time to fill. Like I said, it got basically got damn near the half hour and everything. But I did like this match. It was very good. I did enjoy it. Like I said, not a bad title match. I never really believed Tegan Knox was ever going to beat Io Shirai, though. Let's be honest about that part. Like I said, they want to do this match as quick as possible, so that's why we got it tonight. But this was a good match, though, I will say that. Of course, Tegan Knox tried to go for the shiniest wizard after she did the Molly go round, but Io Shirai ended up hitting Tegan Knox with the Shote and then hit her moonsault for the win, which I felt like she missed some of that moonsault and didn't even connect it all the way, but Io Shirai did end up winning, and as she celebrated and went up the ramp, Dakota Kai ended up hitting her with a big boot, and that's how it closed the show. So yes, we will get not Tegan Knox, but Dakota Kai and Io Shirai mostly next for the championship. So looking forward to more of that feud, because at least it's more of a heel face thing going on. And I'm sure they're gonna have Dakota Kai get Raquel Gonzalez involved in this entire feud. So let's see how that goes. But as for, like I said, Knox and Io Shirai, a very good match. But I never really believed Tegan Knox was ever going to win this match in general, okay? Overall, another good episode from NXT, from Keithley's promo to his match with Dijak, and, of course, Killer Kross being involved in, setting up more of this feud between him and Keith Lee, so get ready for that. Priest and Grimes, a pretty good match, too. Priest getting the win. I did like the whole cinematic thing with Santos Escobar's faction right there. That was not bad. I'm trying to see if there's anything else to take from this show. Like I said, Thatcher, it was okay for what it was. Like I said, some of the other stuff. Of course, we continue the whole Robert Stone, Robbie E thing now with Shotzi Blackheart. We'll see where that goes. But like I said, the guy gets a lot of TV time. I will say that. So yeah, other than that, that's really all I can really say about NXT tonight. So yeah, other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Tell me what you thought about this show tonight and the title matches itself and what was going on. Like I said, just comment on anything. But other than that, I am done with this review. You know it's me, the HLD, comment, news, and reviews. Know who I am, know what I do. Keeping it style, keeping it to the T. We're now done with this review of NXT. So I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.